Hey guys, it's Steve here with Skunk Off Tackle. Was gonna do a update on my home bait tank. As you can tell here, first things you see here, I've added insulation to it. Not the most beautiful thing in the world, but I think it'll get the job done. I will go back and take some more tape and cover up some more of the entry points for the fiberglass to get wet. But I think it's gonna be amazing how much better it's gonna and more consistent my water temperatures will be. So obviously we added a full. I've also added a heater, which we'll talk about here also. And these two things go hand in hand. Two things you need to know about live bait. Gizzard shad, they can survive until about 40 degrees, roughly. I think thread fins die around 43, but I don't have any thread fins in here currently, so that's not an issue. But my struggle I was dealing with here recently, when we had our first cold snap, this tank got down to 40, I think I got to 44 or 45. Well, at that time the lake temperature was still 64 to 66. So you can't go, and when I go catch bait, I fill up with the water that they're coming out of, and I bring that water home. But I can't take a bait out of 65 degree water in the boat tank and drop him in 45 degree water without shocking him and killing him. So it's a bad situation. So the reason I went through all this effort to get it insulated and adding this heater, which I will add links to the heater element I'm using, the controller, just so you guys know, mainly was to prevent it from getting too cold once it gets cold, but also for me to have the ability to be able to try to match, like when this first cold snaps happened, to be able to match this temperature to where the temperature of where I'm catching them. So that was our ultimate goal. Like I said, I will do some things to tidy this up. It's not beautiful at this point, but it's a bait tank. It's not a show car. So how much effort I put into making it beautiful is yet to be determined. So in the past 2 days, this is being recorded over Thanksgiving weekend. Between Thanksgiving evening and this morning, I have added 176 baits. And since the last video, we've done a lot of fishing. Majority of that bait, the last things you saw, were gone. But you can see here, you know, we got a lot of bait in here, and it's anywhere from, I would say, the smallest. I mean, there are a few tiny baits in here. I'm not gonna try to BS anybody on that, but the majority of them, I mean, like here you got anything from about 8 inches to 4 to 5. And oh god, there's my buddy. This dude's been recently caught. I don't know how well you can see him, but that dude is 16 plus, maybe even 18. I don't know. He's stout. I mean, he's not your average gizzard, but. And he probably will not get used around here. The main reason I put him in there is because he's big, he's tough, he's to help with the bio. I mean, that's really what he's here for. So, also, I'm sure you guys noticed, like I said, I just put 122 of these baits in here this morning. Yeah, they're gonna do their thing. They're gonna poop. Gonna clean out. So what I'll do is, once that settles down, I'll actually take the broom and help sweep it. Actually, hell, we can do that. We can do it right now. Why not? We'll do it on camera. So what I do when the debris starts to pile up like that, I mean, it's just a, I don't know what you call this. It's a deck brush. There you go. Handle broke off. Works great. Put it in here. Gotta let the handle fill up with water. And then I just take and just gently sweep the debris towards that middle pump. And the other thing I do, I don't know if you guys remember from my original, I'm running a DC sine wave pump, so I can adjust the speed of the pump. And here in a couple days I'll slow it back down, but I run it normally half speed, maybe 40%. But then right after I put bait in it like this, it's wide open right now. So anyway, back to the heater setup. So there is my 800 watt heater, and it goes, if I remember correctly, this thing is designed for like home brewing, but it's this Inkbird. Like I said, I will give you the model number in the description, but it's got a plug on it. It's got a temperature probe, 53.8. That's our current temperature, because I had it bumped up after we're catching bait, because the lake where we catch bait around here was between 53 and 55. Another place that we go, that's a river that I went this morning, was 48 degrees. Now when I got here, so this thing was 53. When I got home from catching that bait, there was only a 5-degree difference, but that wasn't enough to shock them. 20 degrees would have been enough to shock them. But yeah, here's our Inkbird. It's technically a Wi-Fi model. I don't have it currently connected to Wi-Fi, but I could. And if I went through the trouble of connecting it to Wi-Fi, I could do some extremely fancy stuff, as far as I would be able to get to the lake, see what the water temperature is, pull up an app on my phone. You'd have to set up some sort of VPN or something to be able to get onto your home network, but that can be done. But then I would be able to bump the temperature up, or I can only do up. I don't have a chiller, so I can only bump up. But if I got to, let's say right now, it's not going to happen, but for example, it says 53.8. If I went to a lake and it was 63 degrees when I got there, if I had all that connected to my Wi-Fi and everything set up, I would be able to, from the boat, set it to 63 degrees. And it may not, depending on how long I'm out there. Before I put this insulation on here, when it was 40 degrees ambient, that 800 watt heater was able to bring it up a degree an hour. I think with this insulation that'll be a whole lot better. But this insulation it's gonna make that heater run less in general. It's gonna keep everything more consistent. That's my whole hope anyway. But anyway, guys, just want to give you an update. Like I said, some people wanted to see that I didn't just throw bait in here and it die. So I may in a week give you another update, let you see. But so far, out of the 50, I put 53 in there 2 days ago. I haven't had a single death. Like I said, I put 122 in this morning. They haven't died yet either, but usually if there are going to be any issues, it would happen in the first day or two for the most part. So maybe I'll do an update later in the week, and we'll see how they're doing. But for now, that's my update. Thanks for watching. If you guys like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment. As always, thank you.